Have you ever wanted to watch a tier list of many major rulers based on how great they were? Well, probably, because you clicked to this video. So today I'm going to rank 12 major rulers in this list. The tiers are these right here. Alexander the Great. Alexander was probably, definitely, one of the, if not the most influential person that has ever lived. He reigned as the king of Macedonia. After his father got assassinated, he made the empire go from this to this. The title Great comes from his military genius, his influence around the known world, dictatorship, and his conquests. And in case if it's not enough to make you convinced that Alexander is great, you can ask Darius III. Easy go tier. Next is Alfred the Great. He was the first king of England. Debatably. Is that even a word? Basically, if you think of any important factor for a country, like education, currency, taxation, legal reforms, military reforms, and administration, you will find out that Alfred had them all. But he wasn't as good as the upcoming rulers that I'm going to rank next. So keep that in mind. He is still pretty good. Now we have Hirohito. Although he did some unspeakable things to Chinese, he really dominated the Pacific and Southeast Asia as a whole. I would have put him in the dominant tier, but the war crimes he did brings him down. And I don't think people really like him, so this is a good tier, I guess.
Peter.
You stupid
If you ask literally anyone, who is the best Russian monarch, they will 99% of the time say it's Peter I. Unlike any other Russian Tsar before him, he modernized his country. He wanted Russia to be more Western. He even taxed having beards, just to be more Western. No wonder why he was called crazy. Other than reforms, he beated the Swedish in the Great Northern War, taking over the power in the Baltic Sea, thus deserving the title, Great. Next emperor is Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror, is considered as one of the best sultans of the Ottomans. He is known for conquering the city that had the most unbreakable defenses at the time, Constantinople. He also defeated Vlad Dracula. He was also a very intelligent person, like me being the opposite. I wasn't really sure where to put him at first because I didn't really know if he was good as Alexander. But as my Turkish veins began to swell, I knew where I should have put him in the first place. Augustus, the best emperor of all time in my opinion. First emperor of Rome, won the civil war against Mark Antony, stabilized the country after dozens of civil wars, reformed administration, army, and economy, conquered Pannonia and Egypt, and started the Pax Romana. There are so many things to talk about him, but I think you get the point already. Charles V, the most famous Holy Roman Emperor by far, but he wasn't just an emperor. He was the emperor. He'd hold the titles of the Holy Roman Emperor, King of Spain, Archduke of Austria, Duke of Burgundy, and so much more. And the fact that he ruled for 40 years feels insane, after realizing how complex and big of an empire he ruled. Nevertheless, he made some blunders in his late years, and I think he is a bit overrated. Basil the Based, one of the most underrated emperors in history. Basil II is one of the few emperors that literally has zero mistakes. He is one of the 3 emperors that gave the Eastern Roman Empire a brief golden age. His most notable achievement was the victory at the Battle of Culloden, where he imprisoned over 15,000 Bulgarians and blinded them for punishment.
Timon emerged victorious and had the defeated Constantine blinded, skinned alive, dismembered, cooked, and served to a Bulgarian swineherd in what was regarded as an unusually lenient punishment by Byzantine.
The only bad thing about him is the fact that he had no heir, so this dumbass became emperor after him. Pretty solid emperor though. Aurelian. This dude really managed to restore an empire that was having its biggest crisis in their existence, an empire that split in 3 in just 5 years. If bro lived for more 10 years, I guarantee you that the whole world would be speaking Latin right now. No further more explanations needed. Frederick the Great. He is mostly known for his success in the 7 Years' War, where he almost lost to Russia. But other than that, he also played a major role on Prussia to become one of the big dogs of Europe. I don't think he belongs in the same tier with Peter and the eye collector guy, so I'm gonna put him in the dominant tier. Genghis Khan. Most of you guys were waiting for this moment. So here are my thoughts. I hate Genghis Khan, and I find him as the most overrated ruler in history. But that doesn't mean he's not one of the greatest. The reason is just the way he's found as the greatest human ever existed. While the only things he's known for are uniting, conquering, and his evil atrocities. Even though I want to stop my fingers from placing him at the top, it's still undeniable that he is one of the GOAT rulers in history. Philip Augustus. Now, you might wonder who this guy is and why he looks like Well, turns out that Philip II was actually the best French monarch in the entire history of France. Yes, he was even better than Napoleon and Charlemagne. You see, this was how France looked like when Philip II took the throne. The red guys are called the Angevins, which were the English, and the green part you see on the map was France. And this is what the map looked like 40 years later. He also financially stabilized his country, made Paris one of the most beloved cities in the world, built structures like the Louvre, and made the construction of Notre Dame continue. And he is the first king of France that identifies himself as one. Without him, France would have probably been something like an English colony or a feudal mess. Is he one of the GOATs? Well, not really. But he definitely goes to the great tier if you ask me. And finally, we have Napoleon. Other than his military successes, Napoleon reformed education, taxation, currency, established the first French central bank, wrote the Napoleonic Code, which is used by 1/4 of the world to this day. And of course, if you search on any website, who is the best military general of all time, you will always see Napoleon appearing in top 3 and even number 1. But the catastrophic ending of the invasion of Russia brings him down. So instead of the very top, I'm gonna put him in the great tier. Guys, I have to make a confession. I actually lied to you in the beginning. We actually have a bonus ruler that I'm going to rank. So it's not 12 major rulers, it's 13. And that ruler is Honorius. And now some of you might be asking, am I ranking him just to say he's a piece of shit? And the answer is yes. Ruled for 3 decades and absolutely did nothing. His empire was open for invasions and Rome was sacked in his reign. Killed the man who at least was trying to fix everything. Also, just pause the video and read this comment. And yes, a man this special will get his own tier, just for him. And here's the list. The GOAT tier. The great tier. The dominant tier. The good tier. The decent tier. And the Honorius tier. Was the tier list AW or L? Comment down below. And have a good day.